Hey, it's Courier Girl, and it's time for another question and answer video. All right, today's question comes from Darius, and Darius says, "Hey, Courier Girl, I was wondering, is there a certain percentage you set aside for taxes?" Yes, in fact, there is, and I'll tell you right up front, it's 15%. And then the rest of this video is going to be about why. So if you just wanted the answer, you can stop watching now. But if you want some of the detail, then I'm going to explain that. So a few weeks ago, I made an income and expense tracker video where I made an income and an expense tracker. It's a spreadsheet, and you guys can download a copy and use it for yourself. It works really well. And there is a part in there that helps you figure out what your taxable income is going to be. It doesn't tell you what percentage to set aside. You got to figure that out because different people have different situations, and you may have more than one business. You may have some, W-2 income on top of that. You may be working for several different companies. I mean, there's a lot of variables. But here's the thing. Because you're a courier and you're going to get a mileage deduction from your taxes, you're not paying taxes on the full amount. So let's say you make $50,000 doing courier work and your mileage deduction is $25,000. You're only going to pay taxes on 25,000 or half of your income because of that. And so you don't have to figure your taxable income based on your full income, but estimating the mileage. So I found over the years that if I set aside 15% for taxes, and I do that out of each check, I transfer that money to a savings account first, then at the end of the year, I am usually over. I usually don't owe that much. And so that also acts as a nice little cushion for anything I want. If I want to buy something, if I want to go on vacation, whatever's left over after I pay taxes, that's like my bonus for the year or something. Now, if you're using a CPA or a tax preparer, they can help you figure out what your percentage should be. And really, once you're in business for like a whole year, which 2021 was my first full year as a courier, you'll have a much better idea of how much you need to set aside. I personally would rather set aside a little bit more rather than a little bit less because I don't want to get caught at the end of the year owing money. And I do make quarterly estimated tax payments, and those are based on my last year's tax return plus what my accountant, my CPA, and I decide is the right amount for me. So I think that's important that you talk to whoever does your taxes. Or if you do them yourself, then there are places that you can go online to help you figure out your estimated tax payments for the following year. So that is what I would do. But yeah, 15% is what I set aside every time I get a paycheck. That automatically goes into a savings account that is set aside for taxes. And if I don't use it all for taxes, then I get a little bonus. I throw a little party, whatever. That's how I do it. So yeah, hope that was helpful. I know that bookkeeping and taxes and all that stuff can be a pretty, it can be frustrating and confusing if you're not a numbers person, and kind of scary because you're dealing with the government. So yeah. So anyway, that's it for that question and answer. I'm going to get going, and I will see you on the road.